Recently, members of armed forces from 4 Asia-Pacific nations were at Tyndall Air Force Base as part of the Pacific Unity Civil Engineering Subject Matter Expert Exchange. Hosted by the 13th Air Force, Pacific Unity began 3 years ago as a program designed to strengthen cooperation with select Pacific nations through humanitarian assistance, disaster response preparedness, civil military operations, and military exchanges. The program also allows participants to share ideas and techniques across a range of civil engineering capabilities.
We're at a point now where we're continuing a dialogue with these different nations in the Pacific. What we do is a technical exchange, and really it's about finding out about each other, capabilities. There's obviously cultural exchange going on here too, and helps us develop our plans and do our jobs better in the Pacific.
At the Pacific Unity event at Tyndall, officers from Cambodia, Indonesia, Thailand, and Vietnam visited the Air Force Civil Engineer Center, as well as the Air Force Research Lab, Silver Flag Training Site, and the 325th Emergency Management Flight. The visiting civil engineers were treated to demonstrations and hands-on learning on a variety of capabilities, including the Air Force's use of robotic technology in the field of explosive ordnance disposal, as well as EOD tactics, training, and techniques. The guests were also given an opportunity to see firsthand how the Air Force is using ultra-high-pressure firefighting technology through the application of the new P-34 Rapid Intervention Vehicle. The Bear energy-efficient shelter system, developed by AFCEC and AFRL, was also a highlight of the week.
I learned more about the better use of technology, for example, like solar power. They use the tent and then we equip with the solar power panel on the top in order to attract electricity.
The great work being done at the research lab, cutting edge technologies in solar power being applied to our tents there for deployment, our Bear systems. That was very impressive.
The Subject Matter Expert Exchange also showcased several energy projects at the Air Force Research Lab.
I would like to see more about the way that you use the technology to generate the electricity for the use of the military. Because I think this kind of capability is useful for our armed force.
Colonel Bednar says there are 4 Pacific Unity events like the one at Tyndall scheduled per year at various locations throughout the Pacific and the U.S. mainland. Each one serves to build professional relationships between the U.S. and the Asia-Pacific nations.
What we try to do too is, as we're getting briefings and stops, we encourage our guests to ask questions and tell us about how they do things in their country. So that's that two-way street is what I really enjoy and get the most out of.
The working relationships cultivated through Pacific Unity help preserve peace and stability in the region and increase the effectiveness of humanitarian assistance and recovery efforts during times of disaster or crisis.